Hey guys, Nabil from Topaz, hope you're doing well. Today it's a new car day and I'm going to be showing you the Aston Martin DBX. And the color is Minotaur Green, and I've just been informed that Minotaur means the monster with the bull thing on his head, which I didn't know about. So I was thinking, why is that color called Minotaur? But now I know why. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you the car today. We're going to be going through exactly what's going to be done on the car, which is right here behind me. So let's go have a look at it. I personally think it's, again, the guys are cracking on and getting the car to be started. The color itself is actually fantastic. It actually looks like a very dark olive green, but with a fleck as well to it, which is very, very nice. But this is the first time, and we've had another car like this beforehand, another DBX in, but which we couldn't show you. This is the first one that we can show you. And the car is actually going to be going through our washing process now, make sure the car is absolutely decontaminated, make sure it's perfect before it goes into a level 2 detail, and then it goes through to our paint protection film process. But as the car itself, it's such a good looking car. It's the first time I actually look at it properly before the wash process started. And I just think it's such a good looking car. I think Aston Martin have done a fantastic job with this car. But anyway, we'll go through some more details throughout the process of the video, etc. This is one of the first UK customer cars delivered through Sevenoaks, one of our trade customers. And the customer's opted for full front and side sills on this, I believe. And obviously, he didn't opt for it to be done at the factory. He wanted us to do it so that it's done within our quality standards, etc., to make sure it's done absolutely spot on. And yeah, so I hope you're going to enjoy this video. We're going to show you a bit more details about this car. And yeah, a lot of people are intrigued about this. They want to see what it's like. Anyway, I'll catch up with you at the end.
As with any car that enters our workshop, the first stage is to do a 21-stage decontamination in the wash bay. Our wash bay is the jewel of the detailing department crown. You can have the best wash bay in the world, but there is no use without the right products. Naturally, we use our own detailing products on the cars that we work on. Starting with the wheel cleaners on the wheels, we always make sure the car is cool before start washing, otherwise you do more harm than good. Our wheel cleaner gently breaks down the brake dust and the dirt on the alloys, allowing it to be rinsed away with ease. We also rinse each wheel arch at a time, making sure no dirt is left anywhere on the car. The purpose of the decontamination is to make sure there's nothing in the way when it comes to machine polishing or paint protection. The next stage is to apply Iron X to the entire body of the car, but be careful, make sure there's no plastics that are being sprayed with Iron X, as they will stain the plastics. This is a brand new car, so the effects won't be as dramatic, but Iron X actually dissolves iron fallout on the paint surface. When a car has a lot of fallout, you can see it turn purple on the paint, making it look like the car is bleeding purple. The Iron X is left to do its thing for a few minutes, and then it's rinsed away with warm water, taking away any fallout with it. But it's crucial not to leave it on the car for too long, as it can damage trims when in the hands of an inexperienced or amateur detailer. As I mentioned, this is a brand new car, so it doesn't require an intensive decontamination as some other cars do. However, no stone is left unturned regardless. Now our detailers can carefully shampoo each panel of the car using our luxury car shampoo with a lambswool wash mitt or a very good quality microfiber wash mitt. Couple that with the twin bucket system with grit guards. This is really the key in making sure you're not rubbing contaminants into the paintwork. Essentially, contaminants can be like grit, so imagine grabbing grit into your paintwork. It's not a nice image. The shampoo lifts any dirt on the car and allows it to easily rinse away without damaging the paint. We're not done yet though. Next, our detailers carefully brush openings like door shuts, fuel filler caps and engine bay. Soft hairbrushes allow dirt to be loosened from hard to reach areas without risk to harm to the paintwork. As I've mentioned before, our PPF wraps around panel edges, so if there's still dirt left behind, it'll be a disaster. Again, this is washed away to make sure any dirt or solutions don't remain on the car before it enters our workshop. The final stage of decontamination is to clay bar every painted panel of the car. This process mechanically lifts any contaminants embedded in the clear coat. If you were to leave this process out, it'd actually be possible to damage the paintwork when machine polishing, which is, again, not what we want to do. That's the car fully decontaminated now, so once it's carefully patted and blown dry, it's ready to move upstairs and into our detailing bays. It's important to mask up plastics and other sensitive trims, as the polishing machine can damage them if they are left exposed. Too many times I've seen cars brought to us with damage because they weren't properly masked up. It's such a simple thing to do, but again, people do miss them. This car is undergoing our level 2 detail, which is essentially a 2-stage enhancement detail, and perfect for most new cars. You might think, that's a brand new car, this shouldn't need to get detailed, but unfortunately that's not the case. Manufacturers don't have the time to pay the same attention to the car's paint as we do, and then damage can always happen in the transport at the dealership. That's why we are here, and because of that, we will only let the car leave perfect. The first stage of the level 2 is a dual action machine with a microfiber pad. This cuts into the clear coat, reducing scratches, swirl marks and holograms, which don't do that color justice. This is done over every painted panel, including lesser seen areas like the roof. This process removes the dullness from the paint when done correctly, and if you have a grey tinge, essentially loads of scratches, holograms, this removes it. Our detailers are always careful not to lean on the car or let things like power cables rub onto the paintwork. There's no point in detailing the car if you're damaging the paint as you go. So small tips like putting the cables over your shoulders is a small touch to help prevent this. Stage 2 of the level 2 detail is with a finer compound. This allows our detailers to really gloss the paint by reflecting the clear coat. This is a jeweling stage, what is known in the trade, and makes the paintwork look $1 million before we start to protect it. Hopefully you're familiar with our processes by now. We're starting every car by cutting our PPF designs from our digital database. I mentioned at the start that this isn't the first DBX we've worked on, which means we've already got the patterns to fit. This is one of those things that sets us apart from other companies that install PPF. The fact that we don't cut the film on the car and we have our own PPF designs. You might not realize, but we don't just protect the paint with paint protection film. The headlights are also covered with our film, as usually they're the single most expensive part to fix if we were to get stone chip on the car. Our installers carefully align the film to fit on each panel. There's only one way that each piece of film will fit, and that's the only way to make sure that the car is completely protected. Every section is squeegeed to the car, fixing it in place. This ensures that the film won't lift under normal use. We're so confident in our film that we've actually offered a 5-year warranty against lifting, yellowing and cracking. The aim of this process is to have the film virtually invisible on the car without any bubbles, contaminants or obvious seams. There's no point in protecting the car if you're making it look worse by doing so. Finally, every leading edge is wrapped around to give the best possible look and protection. Afterwards, the whole car is detailed and dressed, including the interior, so we're now ready to show you the final result.
And there you have it, guys. That was the Aston Martin DBX right there behind me. As you can see, it looks fantastic. I think it's a very, very important car for Aston Martin. Obviously, I think this is the car that's going to really make a difference. And having a look at the car a bit more detail, I want to show you guys so you can see all about this car. Now, I think you'd agree with me, Aston Martins are one of the best looking cars anyway, and I think they've always had it in them that they look really, really good. Obviously, there was different parts of the process of building the car, or the actual car itself, that had a couple of issues, but I mean, the design now is married up with this phenomenal engine, and you can tell because it's got these vents at the front, and it's got this mammoth engine, a V8 4-litre with 550 horsepower, propels this car 4.5 seconds to 60. Yeah, it's a 2.3 ton car, and it can go 4.5 seconds to 60. It's absolutely amazing. And then obviously you've got design features down the side, absolutely fantastic all the way through, the way it curves in, and obviously what Aston are known for with these door handles. I mean, it's just, this car is now, I think, complete from an engine, which is the heart, I think, of the car, versus how it looks. Let's look at the interior. The interior inside, again, typical Aston design. Hasn't yet been finished in terms of detailing, we're just finishing it off now, but look at the center console, look at that gap there in the middle, which almost looks like a bridge of some sort, but it's just phenomenal, because I sat in the driver's seat, and when you're sitting inside you feel like you're in control of the car, and you got these, obviously you've got the panoramic roof which opens up the whole cockpit as well, which is amazing. It's great. It's really, really good to know. So color itself obviously is a fantastic color. I think now the fact that it's been detailed and is protected, the customer can take it and start to use it. But yeah, I'm very, very impressed with this car. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of these cars on the road because I think Aston are going to do very well with this car. Well, anyway, I hope you liked that video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.